This is the Spanish 2 live. I hope everybody's doing well. I am going to go ahead and get started here. So here's my calendar. This is where I typically start. So hola, Sabrina. And Guille, head on over to Senora Shaber, guys. Spanish 4 is happening over on Senora Shaber's live right now. Okay, this is Spanish 2. Okay, so you guys have been working, my students, in the imperfect tense packet. And when we met on Tuesday via Google Meet, we went over the notes for the imperfect tense, and you were to do pages 5 and 6. Hopefully, you checked your answers there with those pages. Those were guided pages, so they should have been pretty self-explanatory for you. And so today, I'm going to go over the perfect tense with you. We're going to do a little PowerPoint practice. And if you have any questions, I'll be sure to answer those as well. So I think to start, now I'm not sure, has Penfield, they have done preterite versus imperfect already, right? I think I remember your mom telling me that you guys had just finished preterite and imperfect. So hopefully this is review for everybody here. And then Danielle, this is, new for you, some review. Okay, so for imperfect tense verbs, we have 2 sets of endings that we are using. So for an AR verb, just introduced preterite. Okay, so this is new then. All right, so I'm going to go over the notes for this then. So let me go back and say that imperfect tense, again, and this is for my students as well, imperfect tense is another form of the past, right? It is another way to express that things occurred in the past. However, our usage of preterite and imperfect is different. We're not getting into usage right now. We just need to know that imperfect is another way that we express what has happened in the past. The general difference is that preterite is for actions that we know are completed, actions we know are over and done with, that either happened at a specific time or we know specifically when they happened. Imperfect is much more vague in terms of it could be an action that was repeated several times in the past. So like the difference would be preterite, you would say, I went to church last Sunday, right? That would be a preterite action because I know when it happened last Sunday. Versus imperfect, which is I used to go to church every Sunday. So that shows that the action is repeating, and that would be sort of the difference between the two. There's also other uses of imperfect. For example, we would use it to talk about emotions or weather or to tell how old somebody was. But again, today we're going to focus just on conjugations. So Danielle, in your packet, this is you're going to have the notes for this on the first and second page. And then Jackie, if you want to write these down or just kind of pay attention here as we go along, and then you'll see what we're doing. So for an AR verb, Danielle, I want you to look at the front of your packet, and can you tell me what the yo form ending is for an AR verb? So just that first box for the AR ending chart, can you tell me what the first ending is for my AR verbs in the imperfect? Hopefully you have your packet out with you. I know we have a little delay here, so. My AR verb endings for imperfect. Oh, thanks. So again, we have 2 sets of endings. Danielle's going to tell us here in a second. Oh, there you go. All right, so good. We have the abas. So my AR verb endings are aba, abas, aba, abamos, with a stress on that first A, abamos, abais, and aban. Okay, those are your AR verb endings. And then for ER-IR verbs, Danielle, can you look at your notes and tell us same thing, but for the ER-IR verbs, what your yo form ending would be? For a verb that ends in ER or IR, yes, it's going to be ia. Now, obviously, on your phone, you can't add accent marks, but we do need to know that for the ER and IR verbs, you have accent marks on all of the I's. So I have ia, ias, ia, iamos, iais, and ion. Okay, so these are my two endings, sets of endings for AR verbs and ER-IR verbs. And then I have three verbs that are irregular. And these I'm just going to talk us through. And then we'll do a little bit of practice here. So there's only three verbs. The first verb is ser. Do you guys remember what the verb ser means? What does the verb ser mean, just in English, its definition? Ser and a star have the same meaning. Yeah, good job, Jackie. Ser is to be. So then we have your endings or your conjugations for ser in the imperfect. You have era, eras, era, éramos. Again, you're always going to have an accent mark on the nosotros form. So éramos, erais, and eran. Okay? And this would be like if you're saying, when I was a kid, cuando era niña, or cuando era niño, if you're a boy. I was naughty. That's one of the words from the 4A vocab list, Danielle. So you could say, yo era travieso, or traviesa. Okay. And then we have ear. Hola, Angel. This is Spanish too, but you're welcome to stay. We're just reviewing imperfect. We have the verb ear. Who can tell me what the verb ear means in English? Good job. There you go. Nice job, Jackie. We have to go, right? Now this one, you got to make sure you know the difference between, bien, Danielle, you got it. Between ear conjugations and the ER-IR endings, because they are a little similar. But ear is iba. So iba means I used to go. It's what you used to do in the past. So iba a la casa de mi abuela todos los domingos. I used to go to my grandma's house every Sunday. So iba, ibas, iba, íbamos, we used to go. And again, you still have that accent on the nosotros form. Ibais and iban. So this is what you used to, where you used to go. All right, so we have ser, we have ear, and the last verb we have is ver, which is irregular in the imperfect. And again, can you guys tell me what ver means? What does that verb ver mean? Bien, chicos, bien, to see. Okay, so then the conjugations of ver are veía, veías, veía. And when I'm pronouncing that word, I want to hear every single vowel. So nosotros form would be veíamos, right? I'm hearing the E, the I, and the A. Veíais and veían. And again, for ver, we have accents on all of the I's, just like we do for the ER-IR endings. So these are your endings for the imperfect tense, which again is another way to express the past, and then the three verbs that are irregular. And imperfect tense is nice because it's not like preterite where we have all those irregular verbs. I know, Danielle, we took a quiz on the irregular preterites, and there was like 14 of them, right, that you had to remember, but there's only 3 here, so that's good news. All right, I'm going to have us do some practice. So let's start just with number 1. Can you guys type in what your conjugation would be for number 1, the to form of trabajar in the imperfect? We'll just start with number 1. To form, trabajar, using those endings for an AR verb in the imperfect. What would that conjugation be? Make sure you're looking at your notes if you have your notes out. I can also go back to this page. We're going to use the to form ending for an AR verb. Yes. Yep, you're both right. So trabajabas is the to form, right? Sounds kind of funny, right? When we pronounce it, but that is correct. All right, so then we have ser, which again is one of our irregulars. So what is the eos form of ser in the imperfect? What would that be? I can go back if you need me to. Eos form of ser. Muy bien. Nice job. See that there, Danielle? You should have eran, because, again, if I go back, this box here, that's where the eos form would be. Yep, there you go. Excelente. So we have trabajabas, eran. All right, now I have an IR verb, vivir, right? And I want the yo form of vivir in the imperfect. Can you tell me what that conjugation would be? Yo form, vivir. Again, now we're using our ER, IR endings, which are the IA endings. And obviously you're not going to be able to... Oh, yep. So, Jackie, you actually went ahead to number 4. So, Danielle, that is correct for number... Oh, Jackie, you got your accent mark in there. Nice job. Okay, so, but for number 3, it's going to be via, which is I used to live, is what that means. So, Danielle, yep, you got that. And then, Jackie, you actually gave us number 4, which would be the usted form of ver, and that means you, formal, right? Used to see. So, veía is what you have there, okay? All right, nice job, guys. Let's go to the nosotros form of comer. What should the nosotros form comer be in the imperfect? Meaning we used to eat. So for example, you could say like, cuando éramos niños, when we were kids, we used to eat pizza for dinner. What would your nosotros form of comer be? There you go, Danielle. Nice job. Yes, comíamos, right? And there should be an accent mark. Just know in your head that you have accent marks on all of the I's for your ER, IR endings, right? So comíamos. All right, and then the last one here that we're practicing with, we have the L form of ear, which again, if you go back to your notes, this is one of the irregulars. So what is the L form of ear? This might be a good screen to screenshot also. Here, let me get it. Okay. If you wanted to screenshot that, that has all the notes you're going to need for imperfect verbs. So I'm looking, again, for the L form of ear. What would my conjugation be for he used to go? Nice. Good job, Danielle. Yes, we have iba, right? That means he used to go. So, good job with those conjugations. If I go back, I just want to show you one other thing, though. If I'm looking at the yo form and the ele usted form of each of these, right, I notice that they are the same. So, I just want to point that out because if we were reading something or listen, well, I guess it wouldn't be. If you were reading or writing something where you had the same conjugation here, you would need to use your context to figure out which subject was being utilized there, whether it was the yo form or the ele usted form. So just know that, yes, the yo form and the ele usted forms are the same, but we're using context to figure out which we're using. Okay, I have another practice for us. This comes from a Jeopardy game that I would do at the end of the chapter. So I'm going to do the imperfect practice row. And then if we have time, I want to review some of that 4A vocab that we looked at the last time we did Instagram Live. So, okay. Conjugate the verb in the appropriate form of the imperfect tense. So I can't go back to my notes here, but hopefully we know that the ERs and IRs are the IA endings, and the AR verbs are the ABAs. So this is one of your verbs from the 4A vocab list, obedecer. It means to obey. So I'm looking for the imperfect tense conjugation here. Type it in if you know. And it would be translated to you used to obey. You used to obey your parents. You used to obey the rules. What would your conjugation be here? Nice job, Jackie. Yes, good. Yep, muy bien, Danielle. Oh, you got the accent mark too. Did you guys change your keyboard there to Espanol? So yes, it should be obedecías with an accent, and it's, again, meaning you used to obey. All right, let's go to this one. Hola, Pedro. Pedro, this is level 2 here, but you're welcome to stay. We're reviewing some imperfect tense. All right, it says conjugate the given verb in the appropriate form of the imperfect tense. So give me the nosotros form, guys, of ir in the imperfect, meaning we used to go. What would that look like? We used to go. Muy bien. There you go. Nice job. So we have íbamos with an accent on the I. Íbamos. Excelente. All right, let's go to the 300 level question. All right, so this is actually a translation. Do I want to do this whole thing? Well, let's break it down into parts. So as a child, that is a translation from your old, from the 4A vocab list, which is de pequeño, or you could say de niño. I used to celebrate. So this is what I want you guys to type in for me. The verb would be celebrar, to celebrate. So you're going to put that verb into imperfect. I used to celebrate. What would that look like? Hola, Alfonso. If you're looking for the Spanish 4 live, Senora Shaber is doing it right now. So hop on over there. I used to celebrate, celebrar. What would that look like in imperfect? There you go. Yes, very nice. Celebraba, right? So it's going to start out de pequeño. Celebraba mi cumpleaños con mis amigos. Does anybody know the word for balloons? That was a word, Danielle, you probably learned that last year in Spanish 1. So it's probably been a while. Word for balloons is globos. Yeah, there you go. Nice, Danielle. So this is what your full sentence is going to look like. De niño o de pequeño celebraba mi cumpleaños con mis amigos, globos y una torta. There's a bunch of different words for cake. Yeah, nice job, Danielle. Good job. Sorry, I'm delayed on my end. There's like a lag. But yes, globos are balloons, and then you have several different ways you can say cake. So torta, you could say pastel, you could say queque, bizcocho. So there's a bunch of different ways. So again, that means as a child, I used to celebrate my birthday with my friends, balloons, and a cake. Okay. I think we have another translation here. Oh, no, this is answering. Okay, so ¿cómo era tu clase favorita cuando eras pequeño? So this is not saying what was your favorite class. It's asking what was it like. So let's see if you guys could type a sentence in here. So ¿cómo era tu clase favorita cuando eras pequeño o pequeña? So what was your favorite class like when you were young? So you're in your sentence, you're going to say it was, and then give me some sort of adjective to describe what your favorite class was like. You could say interesting, fun. I'm trying to think of other adjectives you guys would know. Can we think of a sentence here? ¿Cómo era tu clase favorita? Okay, yep. Muy bien. Danielle, I want to give you a second here. And right, it would be divertida. Good job, because it is, the word clase is feminine. So I had, mi clase favorita era muy interesante y divertida, right? It was very interesting and fun. But this era, again, is your verb that we're looking at there, and it means it was. Okay, and I think this is the last one. It says, ¿quiénes? Good, Danielle. Yes, good. Sorry, again, there's a delay. But it says, ¿quiénes siempre venían a tus celebraciones de días festivos en tu familia? So this question asks, who always used to come to your celebrations of días festivos, our holidays? And again, this is all from our 4A vocab list. So who always used to come to your celebrations of holidays in your family? So if I'm thinking about what my response is going to be like in English, I might say, my cousins always came to celebrations, or my grandparents always came. So see if you can give me a sentence response here to this question. Who always used to come to your holiday celebrations in your family? So venir is the verb that we're using in the imperfect here, which is the verb for to come. Yep. So good. So Danielle, that would be correct. You have my aunts and uncles. I want to get you to use that verb, though. So we're going to say they used to come. And then, Jackie, you have mis abuelos, which is good. We just want to change our verb there to venían, because it would be like saying ellos, right? My grandparents. So we're using the ellos form, which is they used to come. And I think I had my grandparents also. So mis abuelos siempre venían a las celebraciones de días festivos, meaning my grandparents always used to come to holiday celebrations. All right, so nice job. That was practice with a little of both, with a little of the imperfect and a little of the 4A vocab. Let's see what we have here for 4A vocab questions quickly. I got a few minutes left. All right, this one you had to translate. Danielle, do you remember what this is? El patio de recreo. Hola, Angelica. How you doing, chica? If you're looking for Spanish 4 Live, I think Senora Shaber is doing that right now on her account. El patio de recreo from your vocab list. Does anybody remember? Yeah, there you go. Yep. It is playground. Hola, Aaron. How are you? Okay, the daycare center, this would be something we would have to translate here. When we went over this last week, I told you a clue you could use to remember it is the place where they guard the infants. Hola. I miss you. I FaceTimed with Dante the other day about he had to interview me for school, so we should do a group Zoom or something. I miss you guys. I hope you're doing okay. Doing well. The daycare center. So yeah, Danielle, playground was patio de recreo. You're right. That was playground. This one is going to be la guardería infantil. La guardería infantil, where we guard the infants. All right, nice. Yeah, text me. We'll get something going. Miss you guys. All right, so I think I'm going to stop there because we're going to be close on time. But I just want to show you what you have for the rest of the week here. So you don't have anything else, Danielle, for today. But Friday, tomorrow, you have pages 7 and 8 in your imperfect packet. So make sure you do those pages. And then I'm going to send out an email tomorrow morning. And make sure you check that because I'll be asking you to submit something via either Google Classroom or I'll have you just email it to me based on the work you've done in the imperfect packet this week. So you're welcome, Jackie. Thanks for joining again. I hope I'm helping out a little bit here. But Danielle, do you have any questions on anything you need to complete, or are we good? I feel like you got some good practice in today, so thanks for being here. Give me a thumbs up there, Danielle, if you're good. All right, I think we're okay. So, again, thanks for joining. If you do have any questions, you can always email me as well. But again, we're continuing your imperfect work this week. All right, so enjoy the rest of your day. Stay well. It's nice and sunny out. Hopefully you can get outside, go for a walk later. But I'll check back in with you guys Tuesday via Google Hangout. But again, if you have any questions about what you need to submit for tomorrow, just send me an email. All right? All right. Adios. Have a nice day.